Hi there everyone, Iwamodoki here, and today's a little special video. Basically, I'm nearing completion with my special video, so I decided, but I had some footage, so I decided to commentate some of it. It's a Pokemon battle against the rival on round 2 from Pokémon Stadium 2, which is the final boss. I was using a rental team to see if I will be able to beat him using only rented Pokemons. The rules are pretty basic, every Pokemon's allowed, all rules are allowed. He has 3 legendaries, you have 6 Pokemons, and if you're using rentals only, you can't have some of the strongest legendaries. They are not for rental. So either way, I start with Wobbuffet, he starts with Lugia. I also this is played on an emulator, so there's a bit of an emulator glitches. I'll look if I can get those out when using this footage. Either way, Lugia is a defensive beast, and it starts with a safeguard. Wobbuffet is the only good rental choice because it can only have 4 moves, so it always has those 4 moves. Start with Mirror Coat because Wobbuffet doesn't really have a choice in the first turn, well, except for safeguard, but he does not have any status moves, so that will be a waste. So I start here. The Lugia uses a Psychic. I Mirror Coat. Counter moves pretty much do double the damage they do to you, which is why Wobbuffet is such a great Pokemon. Lugia's leftovers. The Wobbuffet has a berry. Pretty much if you're using rental Pokemons, you don't have any real held items to use. Only 6 berries, 1 for HP and 5 for status healing. Anyway, the first part of the battle is a bit boring because it's just Wobbuffet doing his Wobbuffet things. But then the Lugia surprised me with an Aeroblast, which surprised me because I forgot it was flying, which is a physical type move, which means Mirror Coat will not counter because Mirror Coat counters special moves. So this one fills. I always forget that Mirror Coat, well, Aeroblast was not psychic but flying. And I forgot it was Lugia's signature move, so I won't have it. Anyway, this time I'm prepared for the Aeroblast. And use counter. So the Lugia uses Aeroblast. I survive on 19 HP. And then I use counter, which takes out the Lugia. So pretty much the current standings right now is 6 to 3, 6 to 2. And he enters with Ho-Oh. My plan now was to use Destiny Bond, but most likely it will just fail because only 19 HP, and that this Ho-Oh I believe only has attacking moves, so it will be unable to just win by Destiny Bonding, since Wobbuffet will always attack slowest. It's the end of Wobbuffet. Now I need to take some sweet time to check for my next Pokemon, and then I send in Lantern, because, well, water, electricity, it will be a nice type matchup, except for one thing. Ho-Oh is physically offensive and knows Earthquake, which ruined my plans pretty much. So I went for Spark because it's safer than Hydro Pump, because, well, Hydro Pump has the chance to miss, but it doesn't really do a lot of damage. And then Ho-Oh is going to heal a bit because it also has Giga Drain, because I believe Grass was also a physical type in that time. So with that, my Lantern's was pretty much useless, only being able to do 36 damage. But now my secret weapon, selected, Dunsparce. And this Dunsparce is special for one reason. This Ho-Oh is so full of himself, he just goes for the Sacred Fire. And Dunsparce makes it through nicely. But now, Dunsparce uses Glare. And he mentally scars this Ho-Oh so much by fear that's just completely paralyzed. And now Dunsparce is going to throw this gigantic rock with his superhuman strength, dealing almost no damage. And then the Ho-Oh goes for the Sacred Fire, which pretty much will ruin my Dunsparce. But Dunsparce's effort was not in vain, because Ho-Oh is paralyzed by fear. And here I go for my Blissey, even though it isn't the great choice because Ho-Oh is physically oriented and Blissey is weak against physical attacks. But I get some nice hits with Thunder here, even though Thunder has the tendency to miss. But here it comes. Ho-Oh is so paralyzed with fear that it just can't attack. The Dunsparce was too big for him. And here I go for the Thunder again. All because of Dunsparce. And then Ho-Oh just succumbs to the fear. He cannot continue. So I'm like, Thunder. And it hits again, which is like a miracle for Thunder since it always misses. But then the Ho-Oh suddenly was like, let's not be afraid. Luckily Blissey survives it, so I'm like, well, I'm faster than it, so Thunder. But this Ho-Oh apparently has a Quick Claw, which I never knew, which has a 20% chance of letting him go first. So that pretty much screwed over my Blissey. So now I only have 2 Pokemons left. So I go for the Murkrow. And I'm going to relieve this Ho-Oh of its fears by defeating it. Because once you have seen the glare of a Dunsparce, it's just too late for you. This Ho-Oh will now tank me. And now with only 2 Pokemons left, I have to face off against Mewtwo. Which is, well, you'll see how it ends. So I'll go for the Nightshade because at least it does 100 damage guaranteed. But Mewtwo is the fastest thing alive besides 2 Pokemon in Gen 1. I don't remember exactly how much in Gen 2. So Mewtwo goes first. Yes, Thunderbolt. So Murkrow dies. Well feigned. And now my last Pokemon is Heracross. And I thought, well, since it's fighting Bug, and I thought that the Bug will resist the Psychic, he may have a chance to get him 1 Mega Horn, which might end it since Heracross has a terrific attack stat. But Bug does not resist Psychic, and I lost. So, this battle I found pretty interesting. I got close with a rental-only team, which is pretty much one of the worst teams you can have, since Pokémon Stadium really wants you to require using your own Pokémons. But I got close, and I mentally scarred a Ho-Oh for life. So that's pretty much the end of it. Either way, the next project will be online soon, I guess within a week or 2. And with that, see you then.